Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Said I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did... we definitely did some stuff. Now, we did a lot of MSQ. We lost Conrad when the Imperials fired upon their own fort. And today we're going to go and just continue with the MSQ and see where it takes us, trying to get back the Caston. Hey, you're that adventurer which everyone's been talking about, aren't you? Just the one I wanted to see. You have better time to spare, I hope. It seemed a bloody miracle I managed to take Alagiri without spilling a drop of blood, but it was all thanks to one man. A man the Alliance would very much like to speak with. Getting him to come in for a questioning, however, has proven more trouble than we thought. It's not my place to be dealing with this, to be honest with you, but I think it'd be best to resolve the matter quietly if possible. Things could get messy around here if the Alliance or the Resistance start kicking up a fuss. I'm like to draw attention if I leave my post, but you adventurers are free to move about as you please. So what do you say? Can you give me a hand? Your adventurers are good folk. Now, I really shouldn't say much more out here in the open. You best go and speak with him yourself. Bot's his name. He can tell you the rest. The adventure was slew Lord from Balesar. Should have sent you to claim my head then. Brazen Brook sent you to help. Ah, thank heavens. You say I'm actually a Centurion of the Guardian Forces. And before you do anything rash, let me explain. When I learned of the Allied forces' approach, I knew we had no way of repelling them, so I ordered all of my men to retreat from Alagiri. I then planned to turn myself in, but I ran into certain complications. I can see you're unconvinced. I tell you what, why not ask the villagers about me? When you hear what they have to say, I think you'll come to understand why I couldn't turn myself in. But the place wouldn't be the same without him. I'm certain you have no intention of sending him to be butchered by the Alliance. What are these women wearing? Oh, the Stathnarian dress. I was like, what the hell is... So what are they doing? Even when a mad profession is standard, you know, the Imperials were nothing but brutes and pigs. You and the good men and women of the Resistance, on the other hand, are more than welcome to partake of my services. Ah, I see! Bye! Should have seen that one coming if they're wearing a Stathnarian dress. Where'd you hear that name? I wonder if anyone's speaking ill of him. Unless you're looking to pick a fight, you'll keep your mouth shut. What do you want with Bot? He's not in trouble, is he? I already told the Alliance scum they can't have him. Lonesome lass. There you are. Now do you see the cause for my hesitation? In light of their reaction to me being arrested, the Alliance has allowed me to remain here for the time being, but for all intents and purposes, I'm a war prisoner. The villagers initially meant to keep me hidden, but harboring one's enemy is a serious crime no matter whose side you're on. And I've heard what the Alliance does to those who help the Guardians. Stuff of nightmares, I tell you. My execution is assured to the moment they take me into custody. But if the villagers should take arms in protest, they don't deserve such a bloody fate. Brazen Brook has made a valiant effort to assuage the people's anger, but there's only so much a man in this position can do. And how strange this may seem, but I want you to convince the people of Alagiri to allow for my surrender. We'll probably do that in like a much later part, because that is a side quest chain, and I will do those once I'm done with the main story. Maybe not the best thing to do, but oh well. These are the rules I have set upon myself, and I will follow them. Because it's easy. It is easy and it strokes my biggly wiggly. No, it just helps with completion and stuff. Makes it easier for me to remember what I have or have not done, because I do not keep track of anything that I have or have not done. You think I use notes in my videos? You think I use a script in my videos? No. I just play a game and talk shit. Such is the way of the true YouTuber. No, that's wrong. There is no right or wrong way to make videos. You just make them. See, what did I tell you? Let us continue on to speculate imperators. I think this weather enabled a rare fish in this area. I've finished catching all the rare fish in Stormblood, finally. Finally having caught the ruby dragon. But well, it's been like so long to the point that I just don't really remember all the details of certain fish. Like I don't even remember the really rare ones, like what they required to catch. And I don't care because I've caught them and I will never do so again. Unless if I at some point in my life start streaming. Then I may catch them with Lynn too, but I don't think so. At the rate that everything is going, I do not think so. Considering the non-existent popularity of my videos. My channel is like Octopath Traveler, and that's the only thing that's like worth anything on my channel. At least according to YouTube. Of course there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately they were no match for Lys. Come. What do you got there is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Oh yes, a hexadrone. I love these things. They look so cool. I think like this may be my favorite like Magitech design. Okay, now it's kind of weird if I don't have like battle music on and I'm in this caption but the music doesn't continue playing. Oh no, okay, it's a knife. That's it. Okay, it's not gonna kill me. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see smoke above Cash Mabani anymore. You think they fixed the cannon already? Give me that. After said we were looking for a Rogan woman, right? And that we should answer her question with courage? I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her, and I'll do the same. Leaping Dough. These Rogadin names are just ridiculous. In all honesty, these are like, man. Man oh man. Ain't seen you around here before. It takes a certain kind of woman to walk into a place like this uninvited. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll not speak any more on it more. At least not here. Outside Radiata, behind those barricades over yonder, on the other hand. Hey, was that who I think it was? Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alfino and Alizé. I'll meet you there. Not followed, were you? Good. That's all of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Terrapin. Name's Stark, Stark Woad. The rest you know, or we wouldn't be here. This is about speculating Imperators in the canon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The Cerulean pipeline fueling this cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out. The engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Alamegan help have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak inside Castle Mabanian to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? That much I can do. Pieced together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact that there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be a few in number, but I have faith we can see this through. There you go. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Lisa and her unit will make for our primary objective, the fire control center. At the same time, we will enter the castle by way of the ventilation ducts, whereupon we will proceed into weapon research and create a diversion. If all goes to plan, our parties will subsequently converge, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Nago on the details. The rest of you come with me. We need to deal with the Magitek patrols before we can infiltrate the castle. Da-da-da. South or west? You're not from around here, are you? You never seen Alamegan strike up a conversation with a Radiata resident. But seeing as we're already talking of a job that's just right for an outsider like you, talk with the girl behind that building over there, and she'll give you all the details. A bit testy, mind you. About bloody time. Here, take the supply crate and trade it with the merchant in Alagiri for food. He's usually lurking in an alley somewhere. Shifty bastard. You know when you see him. Do not tell him a Radiata native sent you. There'll be no grub for us if you do. Alright, so this is like back in Alagiri. I'll leave that for now. We'll be going back to that place anyway. Hello? That was weird. I wasn't moving or anything, so... How dare the game interrupt me like that? Enemy soldiers here? No. No region for you, buddy. It's the resistance! Did I... Why am I missing? Oh, because it's level 69. Oh, this course is level 69 now! Not like this! Well, Well, my friend, seems like I'm gonna need to level up again. That is, unless I can get enough experience from beating these enemies. Which I won't. Alright, well, I guess I can continue with the quest a little bit more. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just about to bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance, assuming they keep to their usual schedule. Might be prudent to stand watch for a moment, just in case. I should be fine against an enemy that's one level higher than me. Enemy sighted, attack! Stun you again, because I cannot let you get regen. Really the worst thing about like about fighting enemies that are higher level than you is that there's a chance of missing. Other than that, it really isn't too bad. My Rolger, I know you lot were good. I never expected to defeat them so swiftly. Lyn is the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in her company. Now, where is the entrance to the ducts? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches, so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Lyn, we should infiltrate the castrum and cause as much chaos as possible. This will draw the Imperials away from Lys and her men, thereby allowing them to safely reach the fire control center. If there's nothing else, I'll return to Resistance forces and show them to their entrance. May Rolger guide you to victory. This is your last chance to make your preparations, Lyn. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. Yeah, I expect as much. This is the dungeon. I guess I should be able to go into this dungeon though. Even if I'm a little bit lower level, that should not be... Bruh, do I really need to be level 69? I mean, nice, but also, fuck. Well, ugh. That was me hoping that I could like enter this dungeon with a little bit of a lower level, like you can in most of the other ones. But it is a level 69 dungeon specifically, so I was hoping it would be 68. Anyway, I will go and fucking level up now, so I'll meet you guys here in a moment for you guys, and probably an hour for me, because I'm gonna level up both Samurai and Red Mage, because they both need to get to level 69, because that's, you know, the main quest. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, after a dungeon run, or two, maybe three. Actually, it was pretty fine though. I just needed to do level 50-60 roulette trials to finish off Samurai, and just one leveling roulette to get Red Mage to level 69. 60, nice. So yeah, now to level up, let us go and queue up for Castrum Abadia. 17 minutes. Alright. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright. Time to go into Castrum Albania. Albania, sorry. Keep reading it like that. Just the way it goes. Real life seeping into my games. SMH. SMH my Castrum. I forgot the existence of a certain portrait that I will not show a second time. So are they going to pull a lot, or are they not going to pull a lot? Seems like they are not going to pull a lot. I also probably should not have used all my buffs in this first round. Since they're all dead now. Rip. How loud they're running. Ah yes, we only have her flare. Her holy doesn't exist. Only dark magic. So yeah, from this point, I don't actually remember from which level you get her flare. Probably 68. But from this point on, in any case, if you're playing Bad Mage, you should always aim to be able to do 3 attacks in a row. With your, like, 3 enchanted attacks in a row. It's not that difficult when you're doing the normal melee combo, because it's just 50, so the game will, like, make a noise. Be like, hey, do you have enough? But if you're using enchanted Mulinet, or Mulinet, I do not know. In any case, the AoE variant, you would need 60 instead. So it's a tiny little mistake I make from time to time. Just something I try to avoid. Oopsie. I may as well. The enemies are strong enough for me to do one of these. I can save up my points for the upcoming boss battle. Spoiler! We also have Verrace, which we already had at an earlier dungeon, I think. It's been so long since I recorded, I do not remember what I've like said and what I haven't. Either way. This tank is fast AF, as the young kids say. Of course I was looking away. But anyway. Really? Okay, that was a mistake. Wow, that was a horrible... So I got thrown off for some kind of a reason, and I just made some horrible mistakes in terms of my rotation, but nobody will know. Nobody, surely nobody has noticed that. Right. This boss, after a while, will start going bonkers. You're gonna have these Centurions, or Legions, manning these cannons, and the idea is that you would take control of these cannons, and as you can see a little blue circle, and you can shoot the guy and stop him. Quite simple, really. Other than that, is just avoiding AoEs like forward. Like most of the battles at this point. And if there are other mechanics, well, we probably won't see them because the damage creep. Oh, I guess stat creep, whatever it's called. I won't be able to cast Ver there yet. God damn! My Ver Flare. It's for, yeah, healers. I could actually use the gear that I get now. Alright, this over here is kind of a DPS check. You can kill all of these pods before they turn into actual enemies. However, it is actually quite challenging. And Lyn does not have a high enough height level to be able to do this. But 3 should almost always be possible, really. Shouldn't be too difficult. And even then, the enemies aren't that nasty anyway. Just kind of a a big dick move. Whoopsie. I thought the tank would continue running instead of standing still for some reason. Oh, come on. You see, this is what I hate about casters. It appeals to the waiting fantasy. Or it appeals to the cast bar fantasy, really. Casting jobs do really kind of annoy me from time to time. Let me go and... Actually, I'll do that before the next boss. Want to refresh my food so I get the XP bonus. Bye-bye. I love the sound of Bahamut. It's so good. Hey, we actually did it. Nice. Did not even notice. Well, a summoner in Bahamut ranks is a force to be reckoned with. Or in this case, summon Bahamut level 70, so... Because, you know, I'm also only level 69, not 70. Compared to the rest of my party, so... Let me go and eat egg. Refresh my food buff. Elemental overload. This boss used to be vastly different than what it is now. Now he just does like elemental base attacks. He swaps between different elements. Well, before it was really weird before, honestly. Like I don't mind that they changed it, because before it was very weird. It would like use an element basically, and you would need to stand in a certain AoE to have the correct elements to damage him. Would be the idea. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm fine over here. Well, now he just uses an element and it gives him specific types of attacks. And then after a while he becomes much more vulnerable, because his systems are overloaded. This boss is also, and the boss from before too, these are all references to enemies from Final Fantasy VI. For anybody anyway. Which I would not judge you for. Not everybody has played Final Fantasy VI. A lot of people's favorites. Not me though. That's my opinion. At the moment, for me, like from standard Final Fantasy games, I'm gonna be one of those, but Final Fantasy VII is still nothing. But I wasn't grown up with Final Fantasy VII, so people can't be like, oh, nostalgia glasses. No. If we're talking about nostalgia glasses, then we're talking about Final Fantasy V. And then this one is also very high in the echelons of my games that I like. However, it's an MMO, so can't really count it with the rest of Final Fantasy. And his enemies sometimes, like, I think it's also because the summoner goes into, like, does to summon Bahamut at the same time that I do all of my damage stuff. So I guess that makes a lot of sense that the enemies would just melt, but it's kind of ridiculous. I expected these enemies to be stronger. Shits to aggro an entire pack. I'm also getting shot, so my cast get interrupted. Because the tank hasn't decided to grab this enemy. I mean, I will say I am very... how do you say it in English? I have a very twitchy trigger finger when it comes to DPSing. I have a tendency to be pretty dang fast in attacking enemies and targeting them because of my main tank shenanigans. That just requires me to do that constantly. Or maybe because I've just played this game too much. That could also be something. Either way, there's a lot of situations where I just grab the enemies before a tank is able to grab them, which is not really a good thing to do. But it is a thing that I do. Out of habit. Needing to grab the enemy before the DPS do as a tank. Ah, of course, they immediately pulled too. Well, I don't care. I mean, I do care a little bit, but, you know. Not enough. Say hello to what used to be a guardian, according to his third eye. Alright. Yes, can I go in? Thank you. I'm invincible, so whatever. Who knows what happens? Anyway, this is Inferno. He does a couple of attacks, and eventually he's going to be called to the little shower thing over there, which will power up one of his arms. Every time his arm gets upgraded, it does more stuff. So the Cater Slash is a tank buster, and it'll get empowered every single time that he gets one of his arms up full of juice. I think before it didn't bleed before. With the emphasis on I think, because I do not remember, and the tank pulled before I was there, so... Other than that, most of the time, once again, just AoE dodging. It's kind of unfortunate that that's one thing I do find a little bit unfortunate about how they have, like, streamlined the bosses, basically. Or streamlined the MSP content. But there's a lot of, like, really interesting mechanics that you just don't see anymore. And it's all, like, very straightforward. Mind you, I don't mind that too much. But I just find it a little bit unfortunate because, like, in videos like these, I can't say, like, oh yeah, look at this very specific mechanic that you usually don't see. Well, anyway. Ah yes, look at me getting all those items because nobody else watched the cutscenes and they all ran. Yep. Did I get anything of note? That's tank stuff, it's Reaper stuff, like Reaper and something. I got some shoes, like some pants. Yep, I got some casting pants. That is all. I think this is voice acted.
Understood. We're on our way. Lisa's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them. Lise! Thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
They're here!
It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?!
Aye. I gave the order to fire.
It was over! The Skulls had surrendered, no one else had to die, and you killed them! Your own people! Your own comrades!
You're right! I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Alamegans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took, so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom! You killed your own! They trusted you, and you killed them! Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Lise!
Gotcha!
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Alize!
Even so, the odds are against me.
Not the dick, you nuts.
Coward! Get back here!
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the Royal Hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
Lane just suddenly,
Thank you.
no.
Lise, I leave matters here in your hands.
Right.
Well, we did it. Karsmabania belongs to us now. Nago and her people took Alizé to Radiata to receive treatment. Alfino tells me she'll make a full recovery. I know I should be happy. We won, and with minimal casualties, but somehow it feels empty. We should report to General Aldin. Kryl wasn't here. Between us, maybe one of her bondsmen found something which could lead us to her. Can't hurt to ask anyway. I need striking. Let me go and equip. Actually, I'll wait for a moment for story stuffs. We're all made of star stuff. Then, Commander Hext, fine work you did today. After Specula Imperators, we needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Rolger's star yet burns bright. Blah, blah. I'm glad I really am, but you should know that Alizé was injured in the fighting. Regrettable, but I am pleased to hear that you will make a full recovery. Frodo's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. But if Xenos wishes to invite us to his so-called royal hunt, then this bull would fain accept. What troubles you, Lise? Oh, it's nothing really, just that we're almost to the end and we've still got to save Kryl and do so much more. But we'll find her soon enough. Pippin has his best scouts scouring, his best men are scouring the Castam's archives as we speak. Listen, Lise, it will take time for us to fully occupy the Castam and prepare to advance into the locks. While we wait, there is something I would like to show you. Both of you. After all, this may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. I don't see why not. And come with me to Radiata. From there we'll need to follow another route south. Another route south. South? South? South, yes. Did I get that? I don't think I... Oh, please. I don't think I got that ether current yet, did I? Yeah. Approximately a certain amount of yalms to the west. Yep, the ye yalms. I just remembered something which is really quite painful. In terms of having to deal with it. I did remember there being something slightly annoying to do in this area regarding ether currents. But I have an idea of how to deal with that. Also, we have increased the mount speed, I think. Definitely feels like it. There's nothing else, right? No, okay. Bum, bum, bum. After all these years, it's still the same. No, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You deserve a proper welcome. Casting. Lane, Lise, I brought you both here for a reason.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it? Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was, which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Alamigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death. Liberty or death? Liberty or death! If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom! Send you home to mend, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder. Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too.
I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Ananta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
No, there's not a quest over here. Okay. Even a blind man could see that Lisa wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances, to be made responsible for the lives of so many, it isn't easy. And when you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. I'll wager you thought Alizé was dead for a moment back there. It's one thing to risk your life for a cause, but to risk that of another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to shoulder. The fear, the guilt, it weighs on her. And that's good, it'll make her a better commander. But first she needs to learn to carry it, to not let it break her. To remember that some causes are worth fighting for. Liberty or death. Her father's words? Her father's words gave me strength once. Mayhap they'll do the same for her now. Well then, I think I've said enough. Two of you can head back. I mean to stay a bit longer. Okay. You're one of those adventurers, aren't you? Travel this way and that, always helping folks. Well, I believe I speak for all of us here when I say we need your help. I'm sure you've noticed, but we don't have much. The only reason we get by is a merchant who comes and sells supplies. I say sell, but it's so cheap you might as well give it away. Trouble is, without so much as a word, it suddenly stopped coming. I go and search for it myself, but anyone who could have kept watch while I'm gone has been conscripted by those damn Imperials. Would you try asking around at Radiata if anyone's seen him? They always talked about going there, so I figured it's a good place to start. Ah yes, back to Radiata. I understand, he's been away for so long and he probably wants to be alone for a while. Let's head back to Radiata. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, am I the only one who feels like I'm being watched? I don't know if it's Imperials or bandits, but I know there's I know there's more than one of them. Let's split up. You head north to west, and I'll take northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. What in the... What in the shit? Anyway. Bum, bra, bum, 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 bum. No. Suspicious youth. Someone else who's seen us saw that that's as good as alive to the Imperials. Huh? Boy, if you don't... Omae wa mo shindeiru. Nani? It's shit. How dare you? Even contemplate attacking my fair side? Godfrey. Oh, I've heard of him. His name's Frank. Some folks say he's doing those people a favour, but I think he's up to something. Merchant travelling to Coldheart. Coldhearth? Wait, that's the guy in league with the Imperials, isn't he? Thanks, mate. I haven't seen him for a while. Mott. Coldhearth? Why would anyone sell their wares in that ghost town? Where? Maybe both of them? What the fuck is wrong with this game? Well, the answer is simple. It's an MMO. They attacked you too, didn't they? I had no choice. Dralamegan, not even conscripts by the look of them. Barely adults, in fact. Some of their faces look familiar. I don't remember them from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. They probably thought the Imperials would reward them if they captured or killed. Oh god, Sadazay and Alfino could be in danger too. We have to get back to Radiata and find Naga. Right. I'm gonna finish this quest and then it's gonna be the end of the episode. You. What's this about? You two look ready for a fight. You were ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata and thought they might try to attack you too. Are you alright? I were fine. The twins are at Stark's. Sadazay was asleep last I checked. I'm sorry, did you say you were ambushed by villagers? Not soldiers? Did they not see what we just did to Castamabania? Goddamn fools. Hello there. Nice, Lynn. We overheard you talking. The ones that attacked you, they were young, less than 20 summers? I thought so. It's always the young ones. The ones who have only ever known the occupation. They're the ones you've got to look out for. See, the only decent work to be found in Radiata is for the Imperials. Everyone knows it. Children grew up knowing it. They have it pounded into their skulls that the best they can hope for is to serve an Imperial officer. Bloody fools. Through everything they've seen us accomplish, they ought to be begging for fight for the resistance, not against us. They've been living in the shadow of a castle their whole lives. Few victories won't change that. You get some who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, but they get beaten for their trouble or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back but refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Eat the dog that bites his master's hand and ignore the dog that refuses to do his bidding. See? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Now, you may say that's all about to change, and I believe you. Many here do. But a young man or woman who grew up only knowing what he knows has got every reason to doubt. Remember that. Do what you have to, if it comes to it, but remember that. Sooner we liberate Alamigo and bring an end to the occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youths that these things do not have to be this way. Only then will they know what it means to live free. We are going to build a new home for ourselves, together. A better home than they've ever known. Yes. Give me those boots. Right, my friends, with that, we're gonna end it off. Hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we're gonna go and deal with even more MSQ. Goodbye.